All right, so this content has been on my mind for some time now, and I have all my notes written down here. So if I'm glancing here, this is why. Um, but long story short, this is about why I left Amazon Web Services with no job in hand. Um, and if I get into trouble with an Amazon lawyer for what I'm about to say, so be it. But I don't think anyone's going to be anyone from there is going to be watching this video. On a more serious note, though, this gig looked good. 40 to 45 hour work weeks, remote, really high paying job, um, great career prospects as well. You could say that. But I left that jungle, so I wanted to go over a few key things, and I'll analyze the dark side of each of these things. At least in my opinion, all this is my opinion. Actually, some of it is just the system, and then I'm interjecting my opinion. So there you go. So let's start with talent attraction, or how interviews are done, and what the goal of interviewing is at Amazon, or how you succeed. I've actually taken the interviewer course at Amazon, so I know a thing or two about this. This is sort of twofold. One is to see how well you've demonstrated their what's called leadership principles in your previous role. So before even entering Amazon or trying to enter Amazon, you have to show that you were Amazonian, essentially. And so this is like a list of 16 principles that they abide by. You can think of it as like Jeff Bezos's commandments. Um, and these 16 things are public. The HR person tells you to prepare for questions relating to them. And then the other side of this interview. So one is the leadership principles and how you fare, and the other side is the technical questions. So this is for software, it'll be coding stuff. For other roles, it'll be whatever that role requires. So to take the aggregate of these two things, your technical side plus your leadership side, and to see how you've raised the bar. Raised the bar. It's a key term. It means that you are better than 50% of the current employees at your level. So if you're interviewing for the junior software engineer role, that'll be that you're better than 50% of the current juniors. Um, so that's how it works. So basically, if you get an offer, that's Amazon saying, hey, your performance, this is your role we have given you. We determine that you're 50%. You're in the top 50% of that role. So the next part of this is talent retention and management. So every employee goes through annual or biannual, or depending on the org you're in, sometimes quarterly performance cycles. So I'm summarizing here a bit, but here every employee is grouped into exactly one of five categories. It's least effective to HV1, which is highly valued one, right above it, highly valued two, highly valued three, at the very top tier. And so these are your employee rankings. Essentially, you can think of it like, if you play any competitive game, it's like your elo almost, or your rank, like you may be diamond or platinum or bronze, etc. Like that's your rank. Um, and there's no subdivisions in this ranking, so it's not like you can have a bronze one or bronze two, you're just bronze. Um, and so and they're actually like percentages assigned. So for every 100 people, like 5% have to be bronze, for example, and 20% have to be diamond. Something, it's not, the percentages change a bit, but there are fixed percentages assigned to each of these. And so if you're in that bottom 5%, you're basically let go. If you're in the top 20%, you get great comp raises. They basically just make it rain on you. So it's sort of like a feast or famine kind of type of performance review, you could call it, at least on paper. So it's very merit based. So now let's take a look at that ugly side of this whole like talent attraction, which is the interviewing side. Plus, let's combine it with the talent retention, which is your or talent management, which is your performance cycles, which happens for like existing employees. So I said earlier that interviews are designed that you have to be better than 50% of those in your role, which means if you're an interviewer, let's say I am interviewing somebody, then at a systemic level, on average, I'm interviewing for my replacement. Because the intuition is simple. If each new employee is to be better than 50% of people, then and every time 5% are let go, then at some point it's you, right? Mathematically. So I'll give an analogy. This is actually decimation. Like this is not me over exaggerating. This is invented by the Roman army. Actually, it means where every 10th man in a group was executed. It was used for punishment, for like misbehaving soldiers, but actually it was also used against the weakest soldiers. So they would take a group of 10. That's the weakest soldier. You other 9 folks just kill this 10th person, right? So long story short, Amazon just copy pasted a Roman Empire strategy for their talent management. It's like a battle royale, except every time somebody dies, a statistically better player spawns instead, and repeat that ad infinitum. So the only winner is the person running the game in this battle royale, not any player. so so now let's take a look at the promotion system, right? So after all, like the top 20% are feasting in this system, right? They're getting comp raises, they're making more than most in the population. So how do you feast? Right? How do you determine who is the good players in this game? Like who is diamond? Well, every engineer writes their own promotion document. So basically, to get promoted or to even show performance, you have to show you operated at the next level. Just to get promoted, you have to show you operate at the next level. But even if you're not in line for promotion, everybody's still writing a promotion document. So this document essentially is detailing exactly what you did and how what you did showed that you operated at the next level. It shows both. So at the time that you are ready to be promoted, they'll just look at your document and make this data-driven decision. Like, okay, have you shown all this X, Y, Z? Great. On to the next level. You go from bronze to silver. No, not like that because, anyways. So if you're but this document is exactly what is used to calibrate you into the buckets actually. So for a given level, like let's say you're a junior engineer, they'll take all of the junior engineers' promotion documents and say, okay, who had the weakest promotion document, who had the next weakest, et cetera, and group into the buckets using your promotion document. So actually, this promo doc business just felt like making a shield just strong enough to not be the weakest shield. Because if you got unlucky enough, let's say in your org, there are a lot of like good performers, like really good, like hungry, talented software engineers, and I'll give an example, right? So let's say the other 95 people are like Wakandans and they made their shield out of like pure vibranium, and you're good, you made yours out of like titanium, but sucks to suck, the other 95 were just better, and so you're going to be let go. So they're just basically using a promotion document facade almost as a way to like axe those who are like not good, etc. Right? So it's like a double-edged sword, or like it has two meanings sort of a thing, whatever. I'm not an English major. So because of the system, some managers, well known, purposefully hire weaker candidates just to act as sacrificial lambs to the axe. Is it common? I don't think it's common, but has it been done? Yes. Is there an incentive to do it by management? Yes. So let's circle back to those leadership principles. So what you'll find is that these are contradictory, actually. I didn't talk much about what's in them, but like I'll just briefly take two of them. Like one of them says like deliver things fast, right? Good engineers, they'll deliver things fast. So in an interview question, they'll be like, when did you deliver something under a time crunch, or like fast or whatever? And then the other one is to like deliver things with high quality. So when did you, go above and beyond? When did you meet this requirement? When did you, make it really polished, etc. So it's a trade-off actually, like fast or quality. It's like take video games for example. If development is rushed, let's say it comes out in like a year and it's like a buggy mess, it's glitchy, it doesn't work correctly, graphics are not that great. But on the other hand, if a developer takes like 5+ years to make one game, maybe the quality is higher. Although these days that's not even guaranteed, but I digress. Point is, like, these two principles are like diametrically opposed. You either go fast or you go with quality, you go with precision. So which means if somebody wanted you gone, let's say like the manager had to make a decision, they have to give a lamb, maybe your strong point is high quality with low speed. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's actually good, preferable. But not here. they'll focus on your low speed and play off of that. And somebody who is like high speed but low quality, they'll focus on their low quality and play off of that. So it's like corporate Hunger Games mixed in with some RPG elements. So you have to play to your character's strengths while being aware of your weakness, because nobody's good at everything, um, and it's impossible to be good at both actually in this sort of setting. So in essence, you have to watch your back. You know, there's a lot of sharks that'll try to sort of weaponize these leadership principles, whether that's like people who know how to play the game really well or just management, mostly management. And so these very same leadership principles that you showed great prowess in your interview time basically can be used against you. It has been used against people for sure. Uh, but let's not kid ourselves. You know, there's a reason the Roman Empire was an empire, so it works to build an empire, but it doesn't work for the soldiers. So yeah, that's basically it. So till next time.